Yeah, like have the thing fade out and we're already talking about something, such as what we're doing right now.
Yeah. We
started with that stupid laugh. Your Pet Cemetery 2 trailers.
Can you see my balls when I still like this?
This stitch is like coming undone right on the crotch, just like all my jeans. Is there a way to prevent that, Elliot? Do you ever get crotch blowout? You probably don't.
No, I've blown out crotch in a lot of my pants.
How do you...
Not so much lately, but...
How do you...
I just stitch it back. I
just don't like that, like, right here you can see the shaft, and over here you can see a testicle.
Yeah.
The pants like that, bro.
Nah.
But, I haven't really had a problem with
talking to me about tight pants, Elliot?
My dog pile stretch jeans used to blow out here all the time, so I'd get, like, a piece of canvas from, like, a patch or something, and just, like, sew it in there, and then, like, sew it together.
Yeah, but how did you... Every time I've done that with so many fucking pairs of jeans, and what I do is I'll stitch it to the hole that it was created, and I'll leave the hole open, or do you need to sew it back together?
I've done both. If you stitch it to the hole, it's gonna keep pulling. It's just gonna like tear at the hole. If you stitch it back together, it'll be kind of strong, but it's still gonna tear because you're still gonna have that tension of why it broke.
Exactly.
So basically, get better or bigger pants.
No,
they don't make pants for the bigger crotch gentlemen.
I got like bull balls, you know.
Well, my dick is really tiny, so like I can get girl jeans and be good, just comfy.
As a Mexican, I have Aztec warrior dick, so it's like a pyramid.
It's massive, but easily conquered.
Easily conquered.
Yeah.
By smallpox.
Yeah.
My penis is very susceptible to the smallpox and white people flu.
Give that dick a blanket and it's out.
Oh my god. Well, all right, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Cult of Horror. We are a horror podcast. Original, I know, right? It's going to be primarily about horror news, creaking chairs, all that sort of shit that's, kind of scary.
We like the horror movies, okay?
We like them. We like different kinds, I'm Hunter. I'm more of a slasher. Not really. I'm a supernatural. I thought I was a slasher guy.
He's not.
I'm really not. I'm more of a supernatural monster guy, and
I'm Eric. I'm the pure slasher guy, the actual slasher guy.
Yeah, he don't like anything but slashers.
I like the blood.
And then we got Elliott over here, who's like a literal serial killer.
I don't even know what that means.
He's like an aspiring serial killer, man.
That's not true.
Don't put that out there.
This will be in court later.
It's just his lack of motivation that's keeping him from doing it.
Yeah, he's just lazy.
He's just fucking lazy.
My Roman Catholic upbringing got the guilt.
Yeah, I feel guilty for how I feel.
I feel guilty for how I feel.
Got that guilt. Can't stab nobody. Got that guilt.
Oh my god.
So on this podcast, we'll have a few different topics. Hunter here is
go around the table here, the round table.
It's rectangle.
Am I starting?
Hunter's going to start us off with his topic.
Shit, y'all, I'm a starter. I've never been a starter in my whole life.
Never finished anything either.
Loser.
I'm going to talk a little bit about a movie that I recently saw, The House That Jack Built. So this movie, I wouldn't even say it's really fully horror. I would say it's literally just American Psycho, except I would say it's a little bit more pretentious.
Well, it's made by
Lars von Trier.
Yeah, he's a Nazi supporter.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit, just vocally.
Just vocally,
Just raising him, his family,
okay,
the Aryan way.
Yeah, I guess a lot bit. He's a lot bit Nazi boy.
A lot of bit Nazi boy.
Which is good because
Which is good.
which is good that I guess that I don't really care for this movie much. So this movie, I would say
it's a monotone version of American Psycho.
I mean, American Psycho is monotone, and you really it really tries to do what American Psycho did, where you're really getting into the mind of a serial killer. However,
except in this movie, he's just killing out of boredom, is what it seems like.
You can't really tell why.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's what, if you want to see a serial killer fictional movie, you want to make sure that the character's really interesting.
Complex.
Yeah. And the character seems really one-dimensional. And the entire movie, he's trying to rationalize with... I'm not going to spoil too much in case you do want to see it, but he's just trying to rationalize with somebody why he does these things and why he's not sick for doing them. But at the same time, it's just not interesting. Like, he's not an interesting, deep person. It seems like he's just like just a very small-minded person that is trying to sound very complex. Like, he's a very simple person. Going back to American Psycho.
Yeah.
What was the guy's name in American Psycho?
Patrick Bateman.
Patrick Bateman. He was very simple in the same way, but the shit that he did, the little mundane shit that he did, and the thoughts that he had were very interesting to at least listen to.
As a former Blockbuster employee, I appreciated the fact that he was diligent about returning his videos.
See?
Well, and American
one
Psycho was written by, a super celebrated author, and The House that Jack Built was written by a Nazi. Like, I was psyched about The House that Jack Built, and then now I'm not.
Yeah, you haven't seen it. So I will say this. Go ahead and watch it, but...
It's definitely not a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie.
Unfulfilling.
It was just like most movies nowadays, which is a whole nother topic, but just like most movies, if it's any kind of underground or indie movie, they build it up hard. I don't know if they're paying the critics or if the critics legitimately have no perception of it beforehand, like they didn't see the trailer or anything, obviously. And maybe they just think that, this is actually amazing. Or maybe I'm just not, maybe my palate isn't just ready to accept The House That Jack Built. Maybe that's the issue here.
All his movies have been good on this, the circuit and the festivals, because they look pretty and stuff like that.
Antichrist was good.
Antichrist
was good. I enjoyed it. However, a lot of people did not.
I like the Nymphomaniac movies too.
I did not. I can't watch them because to me they're relatively. I can't. They're kind of boring.
They're
kind of
boring. It was a horrible.
They try to reel you in with the Nymphomaniac. There, you're like, oh, this is gonna be sexy as hell. But when you get into it, it's just all boring sex. Lead-ups to boring sex.
Isn't all sex boring?
Yeah. Womp, womp, womp.
Especially when I'm involved.
Hey-o. Maybe that's my frame of reference. So, but I would say another thing about House of Jack Built is they could have done... I will say the ending, pretty interesting. That's, to me, the best part. Because the whole ride, I almost could take or leave. But not the very ending, Eric, because I know you're looking at me and you're like, no. But the logical ending point, the logical ending point, y'all will know where the movie should have ended. And if y'all see it, y'all will know. Because the thing is, it's got pretty decent ratings. It's like a 6.7 on IMDb. So we're probably in the minority by not liking it. But at the same time, I just can't see it being more than like a 4 or 5 for me. Just because the ride wasn't that enjoyable. My girlfriend, I watched it with my girlfriend, and she's really into like serial killer movies like that. She's not really into horror per se, but she's into like really fucked up movies.
She likes true crime stuff. Yeah,
she likes true crime type stuff. Or just really fucked up movies in general. Like if fucked up shit happens, she just doesn't like the horror aspect, the suspense and the jumps and all that stuff. So she was begging me to watch this movie, and I'm like, I just have a feeling I don't think it's going to be what it looks like. And she's like, no, it looks so good. How could it not? And we watch it together, and the first 10 minutes, she's like, I don't want to fucking watch this movie. Like, this movie is not what I thought it was. And then the whole time, she was like, can we turn it off? I do not want to watch this movie anymore. And then we get to the end, and I'm like, no, I'm in now. Like, I'm feeling it now.
Yeah.
Like where the logical endpoint was, I'm like, okay, this is getting decent. So I would say go ahead and watch it. 6.7 is the rating that IMDb has. I'm probably going to give it a 5.
I'll have to agree with that. 5 or 6. I mean, it was interesting.
There's some fucked up shit in there, but not enough. Not enough. There are some stuff that will stay with me for sure. If you want just some things that are little, there's a couple unique aspects in there.
Make sure you have your equipment with you in case you need to change your spare tire. Just make sure you got it.
Absolutely. And also, just don't be a dick.
It avoids 90% of serial killer deaths.
Yeah, if you're not, just don't be a fucking asshole, and you probably won't get killed.
That's not true in real life.
Yeah, I know.
That is
But,
not.
but those are the rules in this
Not
movie.
accurate.
Yeah.
Don't be an asshole. But all right, so that's all I got about House that Jack Built. Eric's going to talk about stuff now.
So my whole gimmick is I like to watch foreign movies or movies that aren't as popular that I think should be popular. So my first entry into this is a little... it's this collection called 6 Films to Keep You Awake. All Spanish language movies. Think of it basically as Masters of Horror in Spanish. Which is literally what it is, because it's got the guys who made, Wreck, Veronica, Last Circus, Sleep Tight. Like I said, it's 6 films. They're all pretty interesting movies. My 2 favorite of the 6 are a movie called To Let and Spectre. To Let is about a couple who rents an apartment in this apartment complex, and it's, really shady and seedy kind of complex. There's a older lady who runs the place, and it's basically Hotel California where you check in but you can never check out. It's basically what it is.
That actually sounds like a dope concept, though.
It's pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that I'm not going to give away. I will say there are people who become puppets in this movie.
Oh, fuck yes.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
I don't
And-
like people puppets.
I fucking do. I like people puppets. I'm a people puppet guy.
And another one is Spectre that I said that I really liked. I watched that a long time ago because this came out in 2006. So I watched this around then with my wife, and she really enjoyed Spectre. And she's not a huge horror fan, but she really enjoyed this one. And this is about a couple with a newborn baby, and they buy the baby monitor, like a video baby monitor.
As you do.
Yeah, as you do when you get a kid. And he keeps seeing a person come into the baby's room.
Yeah.
And, he sees it on the video, runs to the baby's room. Nobody's there except the baby. And then a bunch of, he gets obsessed with it, starts buying all this equipment. He seems to be thinking he's seeing an alternate dimension or something. And it gets really creepy from there.
Okay.
So that one I really enjoyed. I really recommend it. There's a couple in there that are slow. I mean, there's a cool one with a girl who has imaginary friends, and her imaginary friends are Leatherface and Nosferatu. I think Frankenstein's monster or something like that.
No shit. So her fucking friends
So
are
imaginary friends are like, horror people.
That's me as a
Freddy.
kid.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
That
so
sounds
that one,
dope.
she starts kind of... It kind of reminds me a bit of Tales from the Hood.
Oh, really?
Where that, that one segment where the kid, envisions a monster beating him up and it turns out to be his stepdad. It's kind of like that where she sees this vampire and the vampire is actually a real person.
Oh, shit, okay.
And it's like she's kind of blending, reality with her imagination.
That's dope. I really like that.
So I really recommend this set. They actually have most of these movies on Stars right now. So if you have Stars, definitely check them out. If not, you can get the DVD for like $8. It has all 6 movies. They're full-length movies on Amazon. So I definitely recommend them. Like I said, if you like Wreck, you like Veronica, Last Circus, Sleep Tight, watch this stuff. I think honestly, to me, this was better than the Masters of Horror series.
Now, is this all shorts?
No, some of them are like an hour 10 minutes long, but they're full feature movies.
Oh, yeah, because Masters of Horror is like the same way. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I get you. On that Spectral movie, is there something that stands out about it? Because the thing is, like, I feel like I've seen so many fucking movies that have, like, the baby monitor and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what about it, like, makes it, more interesting than, like, one of the other movies like
Absolutely nothing, but it's just his obsession with the video camera.
It's just better than those movies.
I think so.
Okay,
And he
okay.
just, he has to find that one set and keep buying them and buys multiple of them because he needs to figure out what's coming after his
Oh,
son.
so it's like a slow burn obsession,
Yeah.
like mental breakdown movie.
Yeah.
Dope. Okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
now
and that's kind of the thing is you don't know if this is really happening or he's just losing his fucking mind.
you really took me there, Eric. Yeah. I'm glad I went on that journey with
Hold
you.
my hand.
Hold my hand
I'll
while I
show you
go
the
in.
way.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's going to be my entry. And like
That's
I
my
said,
entry.
I still, I'd like to
written
bring
the
up more
devil's book.
movies like that.
He's gonna live deliciously.
Speaking of that, we're going to talk about that a little bit later. We have a whole segment on living deliciously.
Yeah, I
so-
mean, I just feel like this is an area
nobody's diving into this. And
Nobody is. Yeah, it needs to be. There's a lot of movies on here. I mean, Veronica was a big hit, even though to me it wasn't that great. But there's a lot of movies out there that aren't made in the U.S. that we need to be looking at. I feel like...
and there's new ones, too. Like,
yeah.
there's still new ones being made that are still fantastic.
Yeah, every day.
Every fucking day.
Every fucking day.
I think a lot of people, like, in horror, they're like, if it's fantastic, then we'll remake it in English. I don't want to read.
Pretty much, yeah.
But Eric has turned me around because I was like that, and now I realize that most of the best movies are not made.
I'm not reading subtitles.
I've said it once and I'll say it fucking 40 more times. I'm ADD. I'm ADD. I gotta like to fucking read the subtitles and also pay attention to the movie. Can't do it.
You can't really fucking dub this shit.
So I have to be in like a mood where I can like literally sit down and just like hunker down and pay fucking attention to that movie. And also take my Adderall, so.
I actually have subtitles on my TV for like everything that we watch.
Oh, I do too, I just don't read them.
I read them.
I just don't know how to turn it off.
you punch the TV until
That's all right, Dad.
you
I'll help you later, Dad.
gotta buy a new TV. You fix that.
Okay. All right, Elliott.
I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Like,
Well,
You just dive right in.
dive right in. Just talk about like
Yeah, you want to talk about Friday the 13th.
talk about Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Elliott's just gonna dive right on in here to the Friday the 13th franchise.
We're gonna stop talking like that now.
So Elliott won't watch
So
anything
Elliott's
new.
gonna
I
He won't watch anything new.
I'm poor.
I'm so poor.
If it's not on VHS, he can't get a hands on it.
Quite literally, yes.
It's true. I'm actually going to talk about it since it's now 2019. Since we're recording this in 2019. It's now been 10 years since there's been a Friday the 13th film. The last one being in 2009, the remake. If anybody remembers that. Anybody? No one saw it because nobody likes fucking Jason, just me.
I am not a fan of the Friday the 13th movies. I'm saying it right now. I'm going on record.
They're
Not a fan.
They're not my favorite franchise.
The slasher guy and the guy that thinks he's a slasher guy doesn't like one of like the keystone slasher characters in horror movie history, but that's
Make a stronger franchise, maybe we'll care.
Yeah.
It don't need a stronger. It's a retarded in a
Well, tell me why.
in a hockey match.
Well, tell me why.
I'm not gonna go into it.
Tell me why
I'm
right
not,
now.
Not gonna change your mind. I'm just gonna go into what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're not gonna change my mind.
Who would win if you fought? No, never mind. I'm not gonna get into that.
No, never mind. I just don't give a fuck.
Well, if you got any fighting questions, there's a game called Terror Dome. You can figure it out.
Is there really?
Yeah, it's got Chucky, Pinhead. It's got a dude from Reanimator, Candyman, Jason.
Was this for PS1?
It's illegal because it's all like
What?
because it's all franchise, so it's all copywritten, and they
So
use
it's like a
sound
Flash
clip.
game?
I think it's on the computer, and they've like done like a whole like 10 different versions of it.
Nah, man, I saw that shit on newgrounds.com circa 2002.
And it's still going through that shit.
Fuck, dude.
But yeah, it's all in there. You can battle it out. Scorpion and Sub-Zero stuff.
We gonna play, Eric.
I don't own a computer.
Shit.
Neither do I.
Oh, well.
I got a cell phone.
You actually do not.
I do not. I do not own a computer. He's joking. I do not. This goes back to my topic of me being poor.
I just thought that was because you're punk rock as fuck.
No,
dude.
I'm super poor. They just go hand in hand.
Okay. Well, they don't have to.
Yeah,
but they
once
can.
you're like really poor, you just
not
got to
gonna-
be punk rock or
I'm not
something.
Green Day punk rock like some people. with the Hunter's nice house that rains inside.
Just because I have a fucking
Rains
house that
inside.
I'm renting doesn't make me fucking...
All right. Anyways, in 2009, they had Marcus Nispel. He redid Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 2003, and everybody saw that, huh? Well, yeah,
I
That's
think
because that's a golden fucking franchise.
that was an actually good franchise.
yeah, it was a good remake too, with the fucking Michael Bay and the Platinum Dunes. Anyways, I think everybody's pretty much turned their back on Platinum Dune for it being fucking shit, with Michael Bay being shit. Anywho,
How dare you?
what? Yeah, Michael Bay walked out of the 2009 remake of Friday the 13th because he said it was oversexed. So he obviously had no idea what Friday the 13th was about. Like,
So
I've never
good
seen it,
fucking
but I'm in.
riddance. Yes.
it's literally he's like I'm gonna reboot these like horror franchises.
So
and, like,
where do the
money.
Transformers come in?
Yeah. There's no CG in any of this.
No, underneath that mask, you tell me there's not an Optimus Prime under there?
Bumblebee, save that girl. Save her. Oh, she's dead.
She's dead.
But yeah, he obviously had no idea what was going on because he's like, I'm leaving. Too much boobies.
No, seriously, good fucking riddance then.
There was 2 sex scenes in the movie, and he was like, oversex.
Just 2?
There was 2.
It's not even a real Friday the 13th movie anyway.
Well, they're good. The reason there hasn't been another Friday the 13th movie when there's supposed to be a Friday the 13th movie is the lawsuit. Everybody knows
the
about
infamous lawsuit.
There's a lawsuit with Victor Miller getting the rights to the first movie script. That's the copyright. You will eventually, after like 30 years time, you get the right to win that back. So Sean Cunningham, who's basically the producer who like built the franchise, he can't use anything from the first movie. He can't use the backstory of like Pamela Voorhees or a kid drowning and coming back. Can't use any of that. So he could have like Jason in a movie, but he can't call him Jason. He can't be from Camp Crystal Lake. He could be a guy with a hockey mask and a machete at a waterfront, and that's it. Damn. So like they're duking that out, and then they made the video game, which was canon as fuck and amazing. They had Kane Hodder doing the motion capture.
I still play it. I played it like 2 days ago.
They had they have a fucking Tommy Jarvis in there.
Yeah, they do.
They have everything. It's so good.
And he's like the vindicator, like almost like he comes in when like everybody's almost dead.
Yeah, if somebody dies, one player will be chosen to come back, and then you can actually have the chance to like kill Jason in the game. But they have, since the lawsuit, they have ended content on that. So there's gonna be like I think everybody's because they were waiting for like Jason X to be in there, but they had to end content on that because of the lawsuit. They can't, like, nobody can move forward. Like, they're trying to get like several new scripts out, and like LeBron James is trying to produce a movie. Blumhouse is trying to get on that to produce a movie.
I bet they fucking are, yeah.
Fucking Bloom, I hate Bloom. Everything Blumhouse does.
Whoa! Settle down here.
Blumhouse.
Don't bite the hand that's half feeding us good movies. Okay.
Name one good Blum movie at the Blums.
Are you serious?
Professor Blum.
Fucking Halloween.
Okay.
Stop it right the fuck now.
He's getting upset.
Stop right the fuck now.
You can see on his eyes. It's like intense, but it's also like watering.
Halloween is my favorite franchise, and Elliott's about to like rip into it here.
No, actually, okay, we're getting to that. Okay, so
we're getting to that, Hunter.
Okay, one of the scripts in the canceled between 2015 and 2017 was it was basically a reboot prequel, which we're seeing a lot of now. And with Plumhouse, they're like, everyone's about like the 30 years later kind of stuff. But one of the canceled scripts was going back to Elias Voorhees, which is Jason's father, killing campers, and then Jason's mother killing him, and then Jason drowning, and then Jason's mother killing the campers, and then she's getting killed, and then Jason comes to like kill, and that was all going to be like one movie. It was like
down for that.
I'm down for that. I'm here for it.
It would mess with the whole timeline of things and would mess with the lore.
Don't care.
Reimagining.
And then that goes in with 2017's Leatherface, where
I still haven't seen that. You
changed
said you
the whole
that.
story.
No, it was awful. It was the worst.
I enjoyed it.
It changed the whole story. It's like it was a whole like bait and switch of like who do you think is gonna be like Leatherface. It was cool to see like everybody as like children, but then they changed like because Leatherface is kind of like
he just doesn't know any better.
Yeah, he doesn't know any better. He's just raised that way. He's incested as fuck. He wears different faces to adapt different personalities. And this one, he was just like a kid who was like raised in a deranged household, and then he wasn't, and then like all of a sudden he was killing people for no reason. So it didn't make sense. And then going to the
it was nature versus nurture, bro.
Yeah, it was not a good movie. It was not a good movie. And then going to like the Glumhouse style of things where like they're trying to get on direct sequels that happen like 30 years later. It's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Texas Chainsaw 3D in 2013 when they just like fuck all the other movies and they just like skip to this. This is number 2.
And then he has feelings all of a sudden.
Yeah, and he's like old guy with the bald thing, and it's
old guy with the bald thing.
It's bad, but it's not as bad as Leatherface in 2017. But then like now you have like these 30-year-old sequels like Halloween 2018, which I saw and was amazing.
Yes!
It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
You little shit.
You
made me
little
sweat that.
shit.
I was over here sweating
Why is he
profusely because I was going to hit you in the fucking jaw. Because you were about to trash the fucking movie.
It was pretty good. Like, it's kind of weird that, like, I've old...
That Blumhouse did something right?
Like, Schlumhouse, like, it's, like, I'm old enough now to see, like, the different... I remember when there was, like, prequels to everything, then there was, like, reboots to everything, and then, like, now it's, like, 30-year-old sequels to everything, and that seems to be, like, the thing now. And, you know, I'm not mad at it. Like, as long as you're putting horror content out there, like, I'm good. And I enjoyed Halloween. That being said, there was a little, like, the gore...
Was it a perfect movie? No.
No, the gore is not good.
Well, hold on now. In what? You're going to have to elaborate.
It looked bad. Like, the special effects were bad. They didn't look good. They didn't look anatomically correct. And
Okay, they weren't anatomically correct. You can't say they didn't look good.
they did not look good.
It wasn't CGI.
There was some CGI.
Not a lot.
There was some, though. There was, like, some blood squirts that were not needed.
That's not CGI.
It is CGI. No one does blood squirts.
You know what? I wasn't there, so I can't say.
I was. Well, I've now segued to the reboots. That's where you come in.
Oh, are you done?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Hey,
Unless when we start shit talking more. We were talking about Halloween. I enjoyed it. I like the fact that the PTSD Laurie Strode, like, and how her life went to shit because of it. I like that. I like the fact that, like, she's a dick in the movie and everybody hates her and she's alcoholic.
Yeah.
I really like that.
I wanted her to die.
Yeah.
I didn't like her as a
kinda-
character anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're not supposed to like her. I think that's kind of like that.
Well,
made it-
mission accomplished.
That
Because
made
I
it
wanted
real
her
for
dead.
me. Like, I didn't like how, like, one of my friends explained it as, like, Halloween H2O. And I was like, fuck, that sucks now. Because Halloween H2O is not good.
It was really good when I was like 10.
Yeah, I didn't realize the mask was garbage. But, like, I was like, oh, shit, it's going to suck. But then, like, because, like, you know, all the other movies, she's just like, oh, I survived. And I'm going to, like, fight back and boom. But now, like, she's like, I survived and I'm going to fight back. But also... she's like a paranoid asshole and she's ruined like a whole family's lives and she can't keep her shit together. Like, I like that aspect of it.
Oh shit. Yeah.
And then one of my complaints, it's not really a complaint because it was very necessary to like actually have a movie worth watching that made sense, that made Michael Myers get to Laurie Strode, was like half their characters like in the movie were just like plot devices to move it towards that. Like, there was a boyfriend in there that had no reason to be other than to like get the girl, you know, there, and then the new Dr. Loomis was only there to get Michael to here. So, like, it was obvious, but, you know, it was also necessary, so I can't really talk shit on that.
Well, not only was it necessary, but it was almost like a fate device. Like,
yeah, like the podcasters and like all that. Like, they were only in there to facilitate the ending of what everybody wanted to see. Should we put spoilers in there?
no.
Like, the fact that, you know,
I mean, it's
Jamie Lee Curtis
been
doesn't
people.
die?
Everybody who's gonna see it,
Dumbledore
has already
dies.
seen it.
Okay.
I didn't see it till recently.
Okay, but that's because you were.
I'm poor. There's a lot of poor kids out there.
Nah, well,
Does Dumbledore die?
No, there's
What's
it's
the-
rough out
not
there for
a-
everybody. Yeah.
Everybody's rich in Trump's America.
It's true.
They're either rich or rich in spirit.
Well, then
Oops.
Hopes and dreams. But hey, real quick, before we dive into the next segment, which is all of us kind of having a dope discussion,
you sound like a fucking like youth pastor.
we're gonna have a pretty dope
We're
discussion.
gonna dive in there. Your next
gonna be-
segment.
Let's just spread this butter around.
This message is going to be lit.
Haley's gonna lead us in a little song from the scripture.
Before we kind of get away from the Friday the 13th topic, I want to say Steve Dash passed away last year, I guess a few months ago, and he was Jason in, I think, either the first one or the second one.
Two.
Not the first one, it was two.
It's two.
Yeah.
So
He
Steve
was
Dash,
Sackhead Jason.
Sackhead Jason, one of my favorite Jasons, for sure. I love that Jason.
And how fucking cool was he at Texas Friday
I know, and he was like, he's just the biggest, or he was the biggest asshole in the best way. I love that guy. And I
He was
really...
just so in your face, and you loved it.
And he owned that fucking, like, they had a panel at Texas Frightmare Weekend, which is where we saw him, a Jason panel for all the Jasons, not all the Jasons, but most of the Jasons throughout the years. And he just owned the show, man. And he had a heart attack 3 days before that panel. And they were, you know, he was like, no, I need to make it to this fucking event. Like, this is what I'm going to do.
Exactly. He came, risked his life for the fans, and that is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it really was.
Lots of respect.
Yes,
So I just wanted to say Steve Dash passed away, 74 years old. Rest in peace. Good guy.
there's actually a fan theory that's talking about Sackhead Jason from Part 2 might actually be Elias Voorhees, Jason's dad, since like they don't really look the same.
Really?
But that in the movie timeline, like they don't give a shit because it's fucking Jason looks different in every movie. So
Nice.
it's supposed to be Jason, I think. But like, there's a fan like theory. There's probably like some there's probably like some pornography about Jason Voorhees too. But like, but yeah, some people think that that's Elias Voorhees.
I like the whole fan theory of Jason being a Deadite from Evil Dead.
That's in
That's pretty cool.
Was it Freddy versus Jason versus Ash comic book? I think that's in there.
I don't.
Oh, really?
I don't read. So.
Yeah, I don't know how to read it.
And then
It says in Spanish. I can read Spanish.
You can read
Just not
Spanish?
English very well.
no, I understand that.
Yeah.
Like you can't learn that much because you're a small brain.
Yeah, that's true. Big head, small brain.
Big, small brain.
And then there was
your
when
head's massive,
Jason Goes to Hell. There was which I watched recently, is still the worst in the franchise. That he's like Jason is just a vessel for like this evil, and then like Jason's barely in the movie because it goes from like person to person,
Yeah.
trying to get like rebirth or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's
Turns
like
into Shocker.
yeah. So
Oh, my God. All right, well, let's see here. So I want to have a topic of discussion. I wanted to, but now I don't.
why?
I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about reboots.
Which we've already been talking about for the last 2 hours.
Just ignore that. We'll fix it in post.
So that
Probably
was a
not,
good
though.
segue into, the elephant in the room. That's the biggest controversy in
In
horror
horror right now.
is remakes, reboots, reimagining, whatever you want to call it.
Right. So,
I like to call it a cash grab.
see.
99% of the time, I would say it's a cash grab.
Well, I really don't think it's a cash grab. Personally, I kind of feel like it's when there is not good content, when there's just not enough stuff to release. Hold on.
There is. He just Spanished out a good portion of good
Will
content.
you shut your beautiful mouth?
Oh, fuck your mouth.
Whenever there's not enough original content from a production company, it's probably going to be better for them to remake something that they already know is good and that people like. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily a cash grab.
Yeah, it's exactly a cash grab.
Okay, well then, yeah.
It's exactly a cash grab. Like,
So, definition of cash grab.
Well, I guess I hate to say it, Elliott, but you might be right. Okay. Well,
yeah,
cool.
it's cash grab.
All right. Well,
I hate remakes of, when like The Ring, they make Ringu. 2 months later, let's just remake it in English. I hate those.
The Grudge is getting a remake of the remake.
what?
I'm all down for
Because
that.
there was the Grudge from Japan, then they remade it The Grudge in America, and then like now it's like 20 years later they're making The Grudge again.
The Canadian Grudge.
Canadian.
But I think they're like it's gonna be more like the Japanese Grudge.
Huh.
Yeah.
When are they going to remake Tremors? Okay.
They tried, but yeah, I kind of enjoy because coming from like the punk rock like grindcore music that I listen to, like it all sounds the same. Yeah, I have like 2,000 songs of my favorite band.
That sounds exactly the same.
That sound exactly the same. They're like, I like this. You only have like a couple albums. I have like 500 albums of my favorite bands. So like the way I see it, of like, if you're gonna make another like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like I'm probably gonna be down. If you ruin it, I'm gonna be pissed. But like you can cash grab, and so maybe that's where the horror communities, like they would love to see this movie again. So
It's just the thing that bothers me too about people criticizing these remakes is like when they remade Psycho, it was a shot for shot remake, and everybody's like, this was unnecessary, it's shot for shot. But then somebody changes something, this wasn't shot for shot, it wasn't exactly the same.
No, I agree.
Which one is it?
I personally think if you're gonna redo it, you need to fucking reimagine.
well,
it.
that's just like
You need to make it.
That's where I come from.
Yeah.
in the remake.
That's a school I went to.
That's the school I fucking
I
went
graduated
to.
from there.
I graduated summa cum laude or whatever.
Like
So I'm gonna come louder. Okay?
when the Psycho remake came out, that was in the time frame of like remakes were remakes, and then like there was the reboots where like it was the reimagining where like they add something new, and you know then that's like either way. Like I remember when Psycho came out and people were like, it's in color. About it, it's gold. It's Hitchcock. It's gold. Like everything, you can't touch it. You know they put Rob Zombie music in it, and so like, you know, no one's gonna be happy.
That's fucking
Can't make everyone happy.
You can't make everyone happy.
You can't. You have
except for the movie remake of It.
Yes, that was pretty much. That's because like
Now, not everybody's happy, but I would say probably like 85% of people or 80% pretty happy.
What about Evil Dead? I really enjoyed Evil Dead remake.
I would say Evil Dead is a perfect version of a really good remake.
Who you talking about? Like the most recent one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2013.
Like, that I would have liked it more if it wasn't Evil Dead. If they didn't call it Evil Dead.
I hate you.
If it was just something.
See,
like I enjoy the movie. I like the movie, but
it was Evil Dead. What about it wasn't Evil Dead to you?
The cabin or the Evil Dead people?
Oh, was it the Evil Dead people? Yeah. Tell me.
It wasn't.
Say words to me.
Fucking asshole. No, it just wasn't. Like it was Evil Dead. It was like the bait. Like you explain the plot. It's like Evil Dead, but I watch it. I'm like, this is not like Evil Dead.
Where the fuck is Bruce Campbell, bro?
He was at the end. He was after the credits. And speaking of Evil Dead, they just released the director's cut on Blu-ray.
Nice.
And I think that was last month. I'm gonna have to go pick that up.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to take a look.
It's like 3 minutes
I'll cop
of
that,
more
bro.
shit.
3 minutes.
I think something like that, but yeah, I'm still probably gonna buy that.
So, I want to talk about more so like everybody said what they need to say about remakes. I mean, like it's all been said before, but something I want to know.
No. I need to go on record right now and say that I fucking love Rob Zombie's Halloween. Not part 2.
Part 2.
Part 2.
That never happened.
I ain't one of them.
Don't
I ain't
bunch
one of
me
them.
up. Don't bunch me into those people. But the first one, I fucking loved it.
I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it too.
I loved the whole backstory that he created.
I do too. I think that was something that was needed, and you could still be mysterious. Like the whole thing about Halloween is it's.
I'm going to cut you off right here. I need to go on record as well. Eli Roth makes good movies. Fuck you.
Oh no.
Oh, hold on now.
We're just gonna
hold on now.
We're gonna
that is a very
that'll be edited
controversial.
out. Edit that out.
Controversial hot take there.
Eli Roth, keep doing what you're doing, brother.
His wife just actually left.
I don't care about his personal life at all.
She left him for making the shittiest horror
People
movies.
can do what they want to do in private, as long as they make good content.
Eli Roth is the herpes of horror movies.
Damn.
Like he's here to stay, but he's just infected.
I thought that was Adam Green.
What was Adam Green make? What did he do?
Fucking fake Jason. What is that shit called?
Fake Jason?
Victor Crowley.
Victor Crowley? Yeah, fucking
Who's Victor
yeah.
Crowley?
It was like the reboot of like the good old fashioned like slasher movies, and it's Victor Crowley. It's a
Hatchet.
Oh, Hatch. Okay, yeah.
And giving Kane Hodder a job again.
Oh yeah.
It's the worst makeup.
Make
the worst.
Kane Hodder great again.
It's got like super gory kills, but it's garbage. It's so garbage. I remember seeing
Hey, a lot of people like Hatchet. Okay.
I remember seeing the teaser trailers that like Hatchet being like, what? And it's like the American slasher, and I was like, oh man. I was like, oh, this is gonna be good, and then I was like, no, what? Like
If they wouldn't have had all those goofy ass characters in the first one, I would have been alright with it.
If they would have done something different with just Victor Crowley,
If they would have just not made those movies, I would have been okay.
yeah, like everybody just like, it's like Tony Todd, you want to be in a movie? He's like, yep.
Yeah, sure do.
Absolutely, I do. But seriously though, everybody's already talked about remakes. Everybody's like, oh, I hate them. I hate them.
It's the
I hate them.
biggest-
Some of them are good.
It's the biggest like
Elephant in the room. of horror.
divisive thing in a horror movie.
You're right. Lately, I've been a way bigger fan of reboots. I would say 5 years ago, fucking hated them.
I want movies that are not horror movies remade into horror movies.
I agree.
That's
This
Home
wasn't
Alone.
my
We need some
idea.
Home
I
Alone.
told you about this. I read this on Reddit or Twitter or something. But this guy came up with an idea to remake Home Alone into
Yes.
a fucking horror movie. Where, what's his name? Character guy, Kevin?
Jim Dixon.
Jim Dixon
Kevin McAllister.
So Kevin McAllister is actually this deranged, psychotic kid who gets left behind, and his parents take all the meds with him.
It's the bad seed on Christmas.
So they take all his meds, and this kid just starts unraveling. And when the two wet bandits, or what do they call themselves? The wet bandits.
That is the wet bandits.
When they break in, this guy's just in full psycho mode. And just torturing and fucking punishing them for coming into his home. And it gets gory, and there's some sexual shit.
But it's never gonna happen because you're dealing with.
Don't ruin my fucking dreams, dude.
You're dealing with like copyright people. Like no one.
Oh my god!
The studios that own that are never
in
gonna
the
sign
age
up.
of the internet,
like you,
copyright.
Like there's gonna be an indie film funded on Indiegogo about.
And as soon as they put Home Alone, it's dude. Like
you just changed his name, Seven McManister.
Seven McMahon.
Well, we have that Prodigy movie coming out, and then
it's already out, and I don't know how I feel about it, but fuck it. Is that a remake? That's not a remake.
No, it's a remake. It's just a kid.
We were gonna go watch that yesterday, but it was raining, and I didn't want to go.
Let's go watch it after this.
There's that one. What's that superhero kid movie?
I'm gonna go take my meds though.
Oh shit, me too.
I'll meet you.
What's that? There's like the superhero. It's like
Kick-Ass.
No, it's like this. It's basically the story of Superman. Like a thing crashes at the farmhouse.
Oh shit, yeah.
And then but he uses his powers for evil.
I don't know about that one.
Kick-Ass.
It's called
That's Kick-Ass.
It's called something BB. It's like Bannister Billion.
Bastard Buttholes.
Bastard Buttles. Edit all of that out.
Yeah, we're gonna edit all that out. But with remakes, there's been an increasing amount of good ones lately. Now, I'm kind of thinking that we're almost to the point where maybe the people that are making these remakes are actually getting it. You know, maybe they're starting to get it.
Well,
I have to agree.
You're psyched about the Pet Cemetery.
Okay, we just watched a trailer together as a family for Pet Cemetery, and I'm stoked on it. Obviously, Elliott is like, "Nah, man, they changed it.
I don't like anything made after 1992.
It's not a shot for shot."
No, I'm stoked about it because the first one was not that good.
I'm gonna agree with you.
Thank you.
It's really when I watched it again, like maybe I don't know.
There are some very creepy parts to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the little kid. I want to play with you.
But it needs to be redone. It needs the.
Whoa.
It really needs the.
There was turtling on my end. Okay.
It needs the treatment. It really does. If they can do what they did to Pet Cemetery, I'm fucking in, dude.
Especially the original series was such garbage.
Yeah.
Just such garbage. Like Tim Curry was the only saving grace. And he didn't even save it. Like, the series, I watched it as a child live on television when it came out.
And you did not like it?
He's lying. They couldn't afford television.
No, my parents had.
I've always been broke.
No, like, it was better when I was a fucking child, but it's not for children. Like, my parents were neglectful enough to let me to watch, I watched that and I watched The Stand, and I remember, like, and it all stuck with me. So that I just had bad parents, but it's not for children. It's for adults.
That's what I love about my parents growing up is violence okay, sex bad.
Literally, that's exactly.
Is she naked? Is she naked? Turn that off.
Close your eyes.
I was okay when they were killing her and her boobs are still in her shirt.
Disembowel that man. Like, yeah, I'm surprised I don't get a fucking boner from watching violence, but like,
you don't.
That, like, going back and watching that, if I was an adult and I watched it series, I'd be like, this is fucking garbage. Like, at the end, you fight like a crab spider thing. I fucking hate it. And then the remake was so good. I watched it like 3 times in theaters.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. But I would say, like, with it and Pet Cemetery, if they could just do it, if they could just make it like it, I think it'll be good. And I think that we're hitting a stride. I think that this year is going to be the good year of remakes. Next year is going to be a good year of remakes. That's what I have a feeling about.
Can we get some original content in there? Like,
there's going to be. This is going to be a good year for horror. Yeah. Fucking. I was going to bring this up later, but fuck it.
I'm stoked about La Llorona. I want to see that.
You want to see it? Yeah,
I do. I like.
That's original. Like, I mean, it's not original, but it's like original.
That's Blumhouse, right?
No,
I don't know.
I don't know. Probably is. Probably isn't.
Crumhouse.
But hey,
How dare you?
So there's a lot of reboots going on, and some of them are TV reboots. So like fucking Creepshow, they're remaking Creepshow, and I have high hopes for that. I really do, because Creepshow also there are some fucked up parts of Creepshow that, but it's kind of a little bit dated now, like overall.
Yeah,
I would say they need if they could do it to where it's fucking terrifying, but keep a little bit of that comedy in there. Like,
well, they're probably gonna have to being on TV.
Well, not on HBO.
Oh, is it on HBO?
Yeah.
Well, they're probably gonna. Well, they also they brought back Tales from the Crypt, and that didn't do so good.
Did they? It's already back?
I think it was like they took it.
It was M. Night Shyamalan's.
I think it was like they did it, and then it went away, and they tried to bring it back, and then it's kind of like fizzled out.
So it's in limbo right now?
I think it's fizzled out.
Yeah, well, there's the fucking Creepshow remake that I'm still stoked about. They're gonna have modern fucking directors on there. Like, it's gonna be pretty dope. And then also they're rebooting the Twilight Zone with Jordan Peele as the host. Fucking.
I think anthologies are coming back.
Oh,
it's
anthologies
a huge
shit.
thing now.
I don't think they didn't really go away.
See, my thing is like and this is a whole
Name an
other.
anthology from 2007. That's what I thought.
The thing is like I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of anthologies because I feel like
I would think it's perfect for you. A 15-minute movie.
no,
Fantastic.
I want to have time to if it's fucked up and really good. I want to have time to get into it
Because
I don't want just 15 minutes of content. That's the thing.
Well, what it was is like you had like anthologies, but they were mostly garbage. You like the VHS series, you had Trick or Treat, you had the fucking
some of the VHS ones are fucking
All
dope.
Hallows Eve,
fucking
like
Siren before the Siren movie came out.
yeah, but
Let's not
like
talk
you
about
had
that.
the anthologies. The anthologies were like the cheaper, versions of making the Halloween like scary horror movies because you get a bunch of people and then you do like little segments and then you can just crap that out. So there's a bunch of anthologies. They're just so garbage they're under the radar.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. But I mean, you're right. I think anthologies are definitely coming back. I mean, we got the fucking what's that show now? Room 2-3 something. Like there's a show on HBO and it's like only fucked up shit happens in this motel. I need to catch up on it and I'll let y'all know.
I haven't seen that. I didn't know that is something that was in the world.
Yeah, it's some show like that, and there's another one that does that too. It's like an anthology. By the way, have y'all been keeping up with? Probably not, but the new Hulu Into the Dark series.
Yes, I have.
That's an anthology.
I've liked most of them so far.
I have liked a couple.
Is there anything out for February?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's going to. I think it's on Valentine's Day. It's down.
That makes sense.
But it just looks. I have no interest in it. It seems like a trapped in an elevator movie. It's like
Yeah,
down.
the New Year's Eve one was meh, but the other ones were pretty fucking
Puka
good.
was great.
That was a good one.
Puka was fucking.
That was fucking good. You've got Hulu, right? I gave you my password.
If not, I have Hulu too. I can give you my password.
We did have we had to like change PlayStations because it broke.
Oh no.
But I saw the Puka. I don't know. I didn't know what to think about
So
it.
you live in a household with less than one PlayStation?
It's a PS,
I know you
it's a
said
PS3.
you're poor, but I had no idea.
I had no idea you were a fucking pauper.
We have one TV. We have one PS3. It's basically
It's like a surf.
I'm just a surf guy.
my TV is like a cardboard box, and then like we just like do puppets behind it.
We have our child act things
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, they're the kids doing like horror movies and stuff.
You're Jason. Go.
Using my Todd McFarlane action figures that kill each other.
Oh my god. Another reason why I'm thinking that horror is really hitting its stride, and some people may not agree. Elliott has no dog in this particular fight because he didn't see it, but the Suspiria remake, I thoroughly enjoyed it. That's what I'm talking about.
Very much.
With reimagining, that's what I'm fucking talking about. It's a whole different fucking movie. And if anybody tries to compare it, it's not a comparison. They took the fucking idea and they just fucking, made it their own.
Ran with it, yeah.
I fucking loved it, man. Like, if they do shit like that, I mean, I'm in. That's why I have hope for these remakes. And Jordan Peele, back to Jordan Peele again, because he's like, I'm gonna give him a blowy, because he's redoing Candyman.
You just said you're gonna blow him?
I'm gonna give him a blowy. He's redoing Candyman.
That was subtle, but
it was peppered in there. It was peppered in the comment. So he's redoing Candyman, and I couldn't be happier because I kind of feel like that needed to be remade, and I didn't
I'm
think
kind of
anybody was
out of
gonna
remakes, though. I don't know anything else that I want remade.
I think I
it's
saw an
gonna be
article.
like a shitty franchise, and they're gonna make it good.
They had an article about like how he cast the dude from Get Out as Candyman. The dude that got kidnapped from the beginning that had like the hat, his nose started bleeding, actually told him to get out.
Oh, I love that.
He would be a good guy.
Dude,
he's
a
fantastic.
Fantastic actor.
Yeah.
Did you see Sorry to Bother You?
Yes.
Fuck it. He's
In Atlanta, he's
in
fucking
Atlanta, he's
hilarious.
great, dude.
Yeah, I love
I
him.
think he got.
Can we get him to replace Elliott?
I don't know, dude.
No, he's famous.
No.
Oh shit! Fuck.
I thought you were famous.
Dude, did you see the Teddy Perkins episode? In that episode, that dude is a good villain as well as a good fucking main character, like a protagonist. But I would like to see him as Candyman. That'd be fucking insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that makes me so excited. But that's why I think we're hitting our stride.
They need to make him as a white man, though.
So that's a wrap.
Well,
Oh, I did want to talk about the Us trailer. Like,
Candyman actually in the Clive Barker book was a white man.
Yeah.
He looked like Willy Wonka. He was wearing like patchwork shit and he looked stupid as fuck. Candyman is stupid as fuck in the book. Everything good about Candyman.
Make him Asian.
Like he was in England, he was like Candyman because he's like Willy Wonka basically. He's like top hat bullshit. Fuck it. Fuck you, Clive Barker. You fucking suck. He's not dead yet, is he?
he's not dead yet, is he?
He should be.
I wanted to hear this.
Actually, and speaking of like horror movies and reboot,
Speaking of horror movies,
and Dumb House Productions,
God damn it!
They got that.
What do you have against Blumhouse?
We do not endorse any of Elliott's comments.
No shit.
They got
nor feel the same way that he does.
The Spawn reboot is supposed to be straight horror.
Oh fuck yes!
That's gonna suck, but yeah, that's supposed to be like Todd McFarlane directing his first movie, and it's supposed to be like straight horror.
I have a feeling at the end of this year, Elliott's gonna
Todd
change his
McFarlane,
fucking
he's like the
tune.
guy that made
Family Guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
No, he's not. But Elliott,
He has that one movie about it's like Star Trek when they're in space. That's pretty funny.
yeah, Jason
Star
X,
Trek in
right?
space.
Yeah.
Star Trek in space.
he's got that movie and
He's a space star guy.
It's
Event Horizon.
It's about a dad in America. That cartoon. You ever seen that?
He's just a dad living in America.
His dad. He works for like the police or like big police.
Elliott,
Yeah, Police Academy 3.
I think that you're going to change your tone about remakes at the end of this year. I think that this year's remakes are going to be like, it's not a death sentence. If it's a remake.
I've never been anti-remake.
You are absolutely right now anti-remake.
I'm anti-Bloomhouse because I hate
I'm gonna
the Conjuring
eat your
series. I hate
face,
the
dude.
Annabella. What's the doll? The Barbie series.
Did you see Creation?
Creation? What's Creation?
Annabelle Creation?
No.
It was
It's
decent.
garbage.
That was the good one.
No, it was
the
the
good one.
It's all fucking garbage. Anything based on...
I really think they're turning it around.
Anything
though.
based on anything is garbage.
Anything based on the
Didn't you
Wardens
say-
is garbage.
Because they're fake.
Because they're full of shit.
Yeah, they're full of shit. But fucking, didn't you say that you saw Happy Death Day and you said it was good, right?
I fucking love that movie.
And that number 2 is out right now.
Is it out now or this weekend?
I don't know.
Coming out.
Yeah, either way, I'm going to go see it with or without my
See, I still
partner.
need to wither out my part. All right, well, that's all I've got. I mean, what do y'all think? Is there anything else you want to say? You want to say your piece?
I actually like remakes. I was big in I saw the Psycho when it came out.
God
I
damn
was
it.
all about
Anything
the
before
Texas Chainsaw
1999,
Massacre
yeah.
2003 remake. I loved it. Like I like remakes. I just don't like when they fucking do it bad.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying...
I like good movies.
I like good movies, bro.
I like the Halloween Rob Zombie, but I think Rob Zombie movies are fucking garbage. He needs to stop writing and directing. Just like somebody write him a movie that makes sense, and then like let him direct it because he's all like, "I'm the new Kubrick. I'm just gonna stay on this
he
shot
does
for 5
kind
hours."
of replace good dialogue with just profanity.
Yeah,
Like that's literally his thing. I don't know what to
shit.
say, so he's just gonna say fuck a lot.
inward. He's not. He thinks he's like somewhere like.
Yeah, he's not eloquent at all.
He's like it's like Quentin Tarantino can get away with it because his movies are like good,
Yeah.
and then like no one talks like that, dude. Like no one fucking talks. Rob Zombie's just like, how do I get to the next scene? Rape scene. It's a segue. Like no one does that.
Well, this was fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it as
Hopefully,
much as
yeah.
we did,
We didn't scare you
and
off.
hopefully we can do a little bit better next time and keep growing. Help us grow. We'll grow together.
Yeah, like us on Facebook, Instagram.
Which we
all
don't
the
have.
We're literally not
all the
on
shit
any
we
of
haven't
those
created
things.
yet.
We should just do hot button issues.
Oh, we're called the Cult of
horror?
Horror, by the way. We're called the Cult of Horror.
Yeah, I don't know if we said that. We're a cult made of horror.
Yeah,
Or you're not.
Yeah.
It's just the only name we could think of that wasn't already taken.
yeah.
Yeah, all y'all need is quit doing podcasts because, like, we need
leave it
to
to-
take your name.
To leave it up to us to
We're
do.
gonna-
Well, every other podcast is literally so much better than us.
You're right.
My
But,
mom.
they don't know that yet.
My mom's gonna be the only one listening to this, and she's like, "Well, you swore."
Oh.
And she's like, "We weren't bad parents. We let you watch it because we were cool. We were so cool. We took in the movie to see Species in 6th grade."
And you're like, thanks, mom.
Luckily, my parents don't speak English, so I'm safe.
Yeah. What are you gonna go see? It's porn fuckers.
Oh, go ahead, mijo.
Oh, that sounds fun. Oh my god. All right. Well, we've fucking droned on enough. Y'all have a good week and live, laugh, love, and all that shit.
I can't believe you just said that. You need to have.
What's a tag? Like, what's a
you
good
need to like
tagline?
sign off like always remember, kids, remakes are better than the originals. Don't cut that out. Cut that out.
Cut it out, but don't cut it out.
Don't. I'm just gonna say tags, and you just choose one.
We should have something like controversial, like at the end, like fucking. What's something that would piss
Help
everybody
Trump
off?
build the wall. Make horror great again.
Oh shit!
You gotta edit this out.
Nah.
What's up? What
this
else?
is all keeping. This is all staying.
This
in.
is all. This is all the podcast is. I gotta think of a tag.
Live lit.
Get
Fried rice is better with pork in it. Thank you for joining our cult. Goodbye.
Wait, I got one.
If you want to join the cult, then subscribe on YouTube and.
All right, City,
Whoa, no!
Texas.
Send all your mail to
Meth heads welcome.
Four Locos.
So far, the first tagline is probably the best one, and I forgot what it was.
What was it?
Live, laugh, love.
No, the other one. That was not real.
I don't. Then there wasn't one.
Nah.
There's make horror great again. Help Trump build the wall. Your address, and then you said live, laugh, love.
No, before that.
You said subscribes to stuff we don't
Remakes
have.
are better than the original.
Remakes are better than the original.
Remakes are better than the. And remember, kids, remakes are better than the original.
Bye.